Okay, so we are recording. Yep, sounds good, Cheryl. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. So my name is Lara Schrader. I'm the coordinator of member services with Saskatchewan Soccer for only a short time more. And then my counterpart, Nicole Drozda, who is the main coordinator of member services, will be returning from mat leave pretty quickly here in a couple weeks. So this evening, we are just going to be doing a new organizer orientation. So this will inform you of some of the programs and services that we, Saskatchewan Soccer, have available for you to take part in, as well as some of the more notable policies and practices that we have. And then if you have any questions as we're going through, absolutely feel free to type them in the chat. I've got it open. And or just raise your hand and you can unmute. So without further ado, let's get going. So Saskatchewan Soccer Association is, one second, sorry. There we go. Saskatchewan Soccer is the provincial sport governing body for Saskatchewan's soccer activities. We were established in 1905, so we're well over 100 years into our operations now. And our current vision is soccer enriches people's lives and builds strong relationships in Saskatchewan. And our mission is to develop great people and to connect healthy communities in Saskatchewan through lifelong participation in soccer. So we have two governing methods, so to speak. So Sport Canada is the national sport governing agency through the Government of Canada, and through that then they filter funding down to us through Canada Soccer, who is our national soccer organization, or NSO, and through SASPort. So SASPort is the provincial federation of all sport governing bodies in the province, and over which I believe there's 58 or 62 or 68, there's quite a few. And then for the sport, the soccer frame of reference, we start with FIFA, who is our international governing body, and then we move down to CONCACAF, which is Central, North, and South America, and then Canada Soccer, through to Saskatchewan Soccer, and then on to the member organizations and the registered members. So this is how we all link to the greater sport community. We have 5 values with Saskatchewan Soccer. So number 1, we are participant-centered. Our players, coaches, officials, and volunteers are at the heart of everything we do, and really central, our participants are central to the conversations that we have every single day. Second is innovation. We seek to find new and creative approaches to developing the sport throughout the province. Sometimes we borrow from other sports, and as well, we tend to lead the country's soccer community in some of the approaches that we have. We are a small province relatively, but we pull way above our weight in that regard. So our third is collaboration. We work together and with our key partners to achieve the goals of our association, which of course includes our member organizations. Number 4, quality. We strive to achieve personal best in everything that we do. We want to produce things of quality and make sure that they matter to people. And number 5, we are integral. We have integrity. We believe in being open, transparent, and honest in all of our interactions. So we have a strategic plan which drives everything that we do. And this strategic plan is the 2017 to 2020 version, which was last fall extended to 2021. This was so that we can align with Canada Soccer and SASPort's strategic plans in their next planning cycles so that we are all working in partnership. So when we talk about the strategic plan, we really talk about working together in partnership to achieve our common goals. And we want to do that by working towards our common vision as we all have a common purpose, and that is to deliver quality soccer in our communities. So presently, we have 71 members across the province. So those are member organizations, and approximately 35,000 registrations annually. So we have a Google map, as you can see here, with our member organizations across the province. And in the green and blue, those are some of our communities that are multi-community members. So the green is Valley Soccer, and the blue is Qu'Appelle Valley. And then, of course, the Saskatoon bubble contains all of the different Saskatoon and Regina members there. But as you can see, we have corner to corner to corner to corner members in all 9 regions of the province. So we're very proud of that. So moving into policy, we have 13 sections of policy, and they guide a lot of the things that we do. And these include, this runs the gamut of everything that we do. So the starred ones before there are the most important ones to member organizations. Although the other ones are important, these touch a lot on what goes on for members. So we will discuss those in greater detail. So the first one is the member rights and responsibilities policy. So when members join us, that is the first place that, or they're interested to join us, that is the first place I direct them to. And it really contains a lot of key information about how you become a member, what your rights and responsibilities are as a member, the things that you have to keep in mind here. So these are listed here, criteria and requirements for membership, the registration information and deadlines, information about insurance, information about travel permits if you want to play out of province or out of country, player movement, if players want to move between organizations, how they do that, and reinstatement of amateur status, such as if a player played on an adult team and then a youth player played on an adult team, they would be considered an adult and would have to ask for reinstatement to move back to a youth team. So a fundamental element of the member rights and responsibilities policy and for member organizations is the concept of conditions of membership. So conditions of membership are defined in your organization's articles of incorporation, bylaws or regulations, or in your application for SSA membership. And failing those items, those are really established as what you have been doing in the past. So these three, the conditions of membership are comprised of 3 things, but they could include other things, but these 3 are more or less what we determine them to be. So the first is goals and objectives, second is geographic area of service, and programming is that is offered is the third. So when you apply, we ask you these things, you specify what those are. So in a given community, it might be the community plus X and Y rural municipality plus X First Nation, and so on and so forth. So then once those things are approved, those are your conditions, that's how you operate. And if you'd like to make a change to those, then you may do so after you have completed a request to change your conditions, and the SSA Board of Directors will approve those in advance of that taking effect. So some examples of this would be if you have only ever offered youth participation and now you want to offer adults, if you want to expand your geographic area of service, if you want to start including a different format of soccer, such as futsal or walking soccer or beach soccer, that sort of thing. So second key element of Section 2, which is member rights and responsibilities, is registration. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that all team personnel and players must be registered. That includes everyone. So team personnel is all supervisory team personnel, including but not limited to coaches, assistant coaches, managers, trainers, other medical staff, gender representative personnel, anyone who wishes to access the field of play. That should also include any parents who are regularly helping out with practices, that sort of thing. Online registration with RAMP Sport Management Solution, which we'll talk about more down the road here, is mandatory. It is an awesome platform that we've just moved on into this year, and we are really happy with how that is going so far, and it actually makes the registration process a lot simpler than when we used to do paper registration, which was an absolute nightmare for registrars trying to type up data entry players over and over. So participants are considered registered on the date they are registered in the sport management system. So along with this is the team personnel and coach requirements. So all team personnel need to have a respected sport number, so we will get to that in a second, as well as a police record check and vulnerable sector verification, since coaches are working with youth under the age of 18. And for head coaches, coaches specifically, they need to fulfill their NCCP coaching requirements. So this is a chart that you can see here of what our current coaching certification standards are. And of course, I know this is a small chart. If you'd like to refer to it, it's on our website. So a key element of membership with Saskatchewan Soccer is that we, well, not even we, our insurance provider dictates that SSA members are asked to support the development of the game by only interacting with other members of SSA. Interacting with SSA non-members without prior approval may impact membership rights and may result in fines or suspension, and definitely negates insurance coverage from our insurance provider. So what we prefer to do is work with you to encourage non-member organizations and non-members to join us so that we can continue to play them. So if you're ever approached by a non-member, we encourage you to talk about the benefits of membership and ask them if you could provide their contact information to us, and we can reach out and have a conversation about joining membership. So transfers and youth reinstatements, another element of Section 2. So there are in-province transfers, interprovincial transfers, and international transfers, and youth reinstatements. So these are essentially paperwork that must take place. So a transfer would be, you would request a transfer, or a player would request a transfer if they are moved here from out of province or from a different member. And of course, if they also are moving, then they would request a transfer. So this is just to make sure that people are correctly registered in the place that they came from, and also don't have any outstanding discipline, suspensions, or sanctions that they should be serving before they go on to play. And it is important to note that international transfers can take up to 30 days. So if you have someone who's joining your organization from out of country, make sure to start the process as soon as you can, so that we're not delaying the amount of time, or we're not maximizing the amount of time that they can play. We're trying to minimize that there. So directors and officers. Directors and officers, so that's board members, committee members. If you don't have an official board, but you are in fact an organizational group, anyone that's a part of that, and staff, are required to register by RAMP executive registration form. And so this is supposed to happen annually, so in March during our member renewal process. or if you hold your AGM in September, then whenever someone new joins the board. And we would request that you advise us through this executive registration form of any changes to your directors and officers so that we can ensure we have accurate contact information. We are aware of who we should be talking to with your organization or who we should no longer be talking to, and insurance coverage. And just as a fun fact, really, this is not for any other reason than tracking. Earlier this year, I tried to apply for a grant that was the project that I wanted to specialize in, or to request for this grant, was for female board education training, because there is overwhelming research that suggests that the ratio of gender, male to female, on boards is greatly skewed to the male end and very much low on the female end. But when I went to apply for that, we didn't actually have any information about what our gender splits were because we were not tracking this information. So this is meant to help that. Another element of Section 2 is insurance. So we do offer liability insurance, directors and officers and general liability, accident insurance, and travel permits for out-of-province and out-of-country travel. If that is something that you have questions about, then our webpage on insurance is quite thorough, and if there are further questions after that, we can contact Knight Archer, who is our insurance broker, to seek clarification. So Section 3 is the Code of Conduct and Ethics. So SSA recommends that governing bodies, such as member organizations and their entities, so any community of Valley Soccer or any zone of SYSI, adopt similar processes as described in this policy, or just take our policy. We have a template available and substitute SSA within, or substitute your member organization name for SSA. So the Code of Conduct is meant to ensure a safe and positive environment by making members aware that there is an expectation at all times of appropriate behavior consistent with SSA's core values. SSA supports equal opportunity, prohibits discriminatory practices, and is committed to providing environments that all members are treated with respect. So, of course, we all want the best participant experience that we can, and this is one element to make sure that happens. Nicole, I'll just answer that question at the end. Okay, our last section of policy that is important is risk management. And risk management really could be substituted for player safety or participant safety policy name. So it serves to reduce risk for both SSA, your organization, and participants. It is extremely important that member organizations are familiar with this policy because it includes things like respect in sport, the rule of two, participant safety, i.e. reporting child abuse and reporting child sexual abuse, concussion management and return to play, injury management, facility and equipment safety, screening policy, weather, that sort of thing. So this is a very hands-on policy and provides good protocols for member organizations to put in place. So next, moving into some of the programs and services that SSA has available. First is Respect in Sport for activity leaders. So Respect in Sport, or RIS as we sometimes call it, is an online training program for coaches and sport leaders. It is designed as a tool to assist in identifying and dealing with abuse, neglect, harassment, and bullying in sport. This program is a mandatory certification for all team personnel in Saskatchewan associated with a provincial sport governing body. So this is a zero-cost certification and can be done at home online at any time. It has a 5-year expiry, and that is perfectly okay because I first did the program in 2007, and I recertified last year when it was time to recertify, and they had updated a lot of training that frankly I did not remember and probably was not in the certification, because in 2007 online bullying really wasn't something we discussed, and it is definitely included now. So it's worthwhile to do even if you don't directly engage with participants on the field, and since it's free, it is a good choice to recommend to everyone. And the Respect Group also offers Respect in Sport for parents. This program complements existing activity leader and coach program by reinforcing a parent's role in their child's activities. It empowers good parents to be better sport parents. Member organizations are able to sign on to offer this to their parents, either as an option or as a requirement. The cost of the course is $12 plus tax per registrant, and the program is defaulted to have the user pay, but if requested, the organization can be set up with a pre-registration code and invoiced so that your parents can do it for free. So we facilitate this with the Respect Group, and we do have a few member organizations who run this and require this of their parents, and it is an option to members who are interested. So this here is the Saskatchewan Soccer Competition Designations documents. SSA is committed to creating a participant-centered system that focuses on positive experiences and development. Based on the Canadian sport policy and it is based on the Canadian sport policy and long-term player development model. Participants within the grassroots, recreational, competitive, and high-performance streams have actually here now called development, performance, and excel streams, have different goals, motivations, and needs. By creating strategies and plans and programs for each stream, SSA is better positioned to meet the needs of all participants. SSA released this competition designations chart, which shows you which SSA and MO competitions fall within the different streams, as well as the associated licenses required to participate according to the Canada Soccer Club Licensing Program. So this, of course, is on our website and can be viewed at any time. So like I just mentioned, long-term player development is a model released by Canadian Canadian Sport Policy and Sport for Life that talks about development through the very beginning stages of sport participation as a youth into active for life, which is for anyone who is playing across the life spectrum, adults as well. So it shows how players should best engage with a sport to develop skills that will benefit them through their entire lives. Okay, a few benefits here. So as part of the SSA soccer community, we offer what we feel are a lot of benefits, and this includes the opportunity to attend and host tournaments, to participate in provincial competitions, to improve improvement of the game through coaching development and referee development. We offer a wide variety of organizational support and resources to grow your operations, insurance, ramp management, sport management system, and funding opportunities, and acknowledgement opportunities through the SSA Recognition Awards, which actually happened this Thursday, this past Thursday on Facebook Live, if you caught that. So these are just some of the highlights, and we're going to talk about a few of these in more detail. So sanctioned tournaments in Saskatchewan. This is an opportunity for increased competition, skill building, and team bonding. There are approximately 40 tournaments held across Saskatchewan annually, and all sanctioned tournaments are posted on our sanctioned tournaments webpage on our website. Sanctioning is required for all tournaments, and this is so that tournaments follow long-term player development principles to ensure that the development, safety, and well-being of all athletes is put above all else when delivering competitions. As well, Saskatchewan Soccer offers a variety of provincial competitions. As you can see here, some were new in 2019, and I do believe that we have a few more in the works for 2021. So we offer a variety of indoor and outdoor opportunities for youth and adults, as well as soccer and futsal competitions, and some opportunities for walking soccer and beach soccer as well. Okay, moving into refereeing. So referees are very important to the game of soccer and futsal in Saskatchewan. They keep this sport safe, fair, and fun. Registration now happens on RAMP through the member organization, but directly with SSA. And we offer a variety of resources for referees and member organizations to support refereeing. And we offer several programs, as you can see here, the high performance training programs like the CERT program and candidates program. As a result of those programs, some of our referees have gone on to referee at very high levels, including our very own Chantal Boudreau, who is assistant referee at the FIFA level. And announcing next week, tomorrow I think, in fact, that we will be releasing brand new training methods that will bring the bulk of the training online with a small portion in person as opposed to traditionally what would have been entirely in-person training. So we're very excited to make that announcement very soon. And the same goes for coaching. So every player deserves a certified coach. We feel that very strongly. And we support the Canada Soccer Coach Education Pathway and deliver these in province here. There are a variety of coaching resources, such as our coaching resources page, which includes workshops, podcasts, blog posts, a variety of different things. And we have our SK Coaches Room, as you can see here, with currently 239 members, where there's good coach discussion and exchanging of ideas every day. So as well with the coaching certification, we will be announcing right away here that these workshops, which traditionally used to be on entirely in-person workshops, will now be offered large components online that you can do at your leisure, and then a small portion will be in person. So we hope that this reduces the barriers to coach certification for everyone in Saskatchewan. And of course, if your member organization is interested, you can host any coaching workshops or any referee workshops, as long as you can meet our requirements to do that. Okay, we are proud to offer the Keeping Girls in Sport module, which is an online training that helps coaches, mentors, and leaders understand what girls need to feel included, be successful, and stay active. If anyone has coached females and males, they understand that the motivations and needs for the two genders are different, and this program highlights what some of those are in a very interactive way. And it's created to help everyone understand how girls develop physically, mentally, socially, and emotionally, so that we can help every young athlete stay in sport, reach their potential, remain active long after competition ends, and become the next generation of inspiring female coaches and role models. So it's important to note that we are offering this to every SSA member free of charge. In 2020, it's normally $12 a person. So if you or anyone you know would like to do this online workshop, you just have to get in touch with myself or Nicole, and we will happily send you a pre-registration code. A large element of our program offering at the moment is the club licensing program. So this is a co-delivered program between Canada Soccer and the provinces. So we are responsible for in Saskatchewan. It's a national licensing program with 4 levels that you can see here. And once certified, you are able to access certain competition and other benefits that might be very important to you, as well as when you meet the standards. The great thing is that I think it strengthens your organization operationally and shows members that you are very engaged in making your organizations the best they can be. So here are some timelines. So as you can see, our declarations have already opened. We can accept those at any time. The application is now open. You can submit your application. We will be closing annually the application on August 31st, doing the review with communications of application status going to members December 15th at the latest, and then Canada Soccer confirming approval of those applicants in the new year. So I would encourage every organization to consider pursuing the license that they feel that they can meet and that is within their capacity. We offer a lot of programs and services to support that and would be happy to support you as well. Okay, grassroots workshops. So grassroots workshops is a program that we launched in 2015. It's where SSA staff visit each member organization's staff, board, and volunteer groups to learn about their landscape and provide support. We discuss with you in an open discussion the strengths, successes, struggles, and challenges discussed that you have, that we can support you with. And as a result of this, we have definitely identified some trends and adjusted our operations to respond to those trends, and changes have been made for the betterment of the game. As well, we have a lot of options for organizational support. So we have quite a few templates and information guides on our member organization resources webpage. We also have a newcomer engagement resources page and other resources listed. We offer a variety of organizational development, which includes workshops, webinars. We've done a few over the last month. We hold some development at our fall member session, our AGM in March, through new member orientations, as well as through personalized support. So if your organization is experiencing challenges, you're not really sure how to make it through, you can contact us and we can connect you with someone who might be able to support if we're not able to. And of course, funding opportunities, which will be coming very shortly. So a lot of the elements that I've been discussing over this past while relate to our member strategies. So we wanted to be clear in that we offer a variety of programs and services and initiatives tailored to specific subpopulations of our membership. And we wanted it to be very clear that if people were working in certain areas, they could go to one place to find what exactly is available to them. So these are our member strategies that we have listed here. And these also have corresponding web pages on our website that identify what those programs and services are. So if you're doing any work in these areas, I would encourage you to take a look there. Stirling BackCheck is a program that we offer in in conjunction with Stirling Talent Solutions. So it is an online criminal record check process, and as a member organization of SSA, you will be able to electronically track the EPIC progress. So EPIC is the electronic police check of your volunteers and staff through Stirling BackCheck platform. There's flexible payment options, and this can be tailored to the specific needs of the member organization. So the volunteer can pay, the member organization can pay, or a combo of both. And the great thing about this is that if you're in a rural location and it's difficult to get to your nearest RCMP detachment, now all you have to do is go online and fill out the form, and away you go. So as you can see here, this is our homepage of our brand new website, new as of 3 months ago, but we are very excited about working with RAMP Interactive here. So RAMP offers a registration platform, a referee management platform, league management, communication tools, and tournament management. We recently converted from Goal Line to RAMP, and we're very happy so far with the results. So we hope you are too, and they are available to offer support in the development of your websites. We offer some initiatives specifically for rural members. So we have a Facebook group called the SSA Rural Soccer Organizers, and we this is an old picture. We definitely have more than 24 members at the moment, but we have we post notices there. We have people engaging in conversation. Coaches member organizations post if they're looking for a few players or if they're hosting a coaching course. It's a good conversation tool. So any rural soccer organizer, I would encourage you to join our Facebook group. As well, we also have the SK Coaches Room Facebook group for any SSA coach. So I would encourage any rural coach to check that out. We have a rural working group. We host periodic Zoom meetings to discuss certain topics that impact the rural members, and we have some great conversation there. We host the Four Corners Championships for rural members, and our first year was last year, and we're hoping and praying that we're able to host our second iteration this year. And finally, our new coaching and referee course delivery, which will be launched in the near future, will definitely be a benefit to our rural members. So we are able to offer member organizations soccer or futsal player camps. They're all conducted by trained instructors, and all the equipment is provided. We're able to tailor the session and the program specific to your member organization or school's needs, whenever the day, whatever number of days, number of classes, ages, etc. And you can see the costs here. So we like to encourage member organizations to consider hosting a player camp in conjunction with their school ahead of their outdoor season or their indoor season, and then hand out their promotional information as a way to drum up some interest for the season. Canada Soccer hosts Active Start Soccer Fest. It's a grant-based program designed to provide resources to hostess soccer celebration in communities across the country. So member organizations make an application, and when approved, are given a package to support their festival delivery. Canada Soccer's Active Start Soccer Fest have supported community soccer activity for more than 20 seasons and reached over 3.5 million Canadians through the program. And the deadline to apply is May 1st. So if that is of interest to you, then I would suggest filling out an application this week. We offer a variety of funding and financial support. So this includes predominantly the MAP grant, the Member Assistance Program grant, which is provided to us through Sask Lotteries and Sask Sports. We were proud to distribute over $230,000 to SSA member organizations in 2019, and again, we'll do so this year. The application and follow-up deadlines are always the same every year, April 15th and September 30th, and we always support delivery through webinars and personalized support. This year, we We also offer a variety of SSA grants, which are due October 31st annually. You can submit before then, but that is the deadline. We have coaching professional development, female development, and referee development. We also support member organizations many ways by subsidizing many initiatives that would otherwise be of a cost that we're proud to do with little to no cost to members. So in the past few years, we have started to diversify our programming. There are options now that there just were not several years ago, such as futsal, beach soccer, and walking soccer. These are new programming options that we would encourage all member organizations to consider delivery for, and or expanding programming to include a sector of the population that you might not be including, such as mini, youth, adult, or senior, since we have some organizations who only offer one or the other. Finally, we offer the SSA Recognition Awards. So we offer a whole host of award categories. We had some new award categories this year, and we this year hosted the celebration on Facebook Live this past Thursday. But normally we host this Recognition Awards banquet after our AGM in March. So we extend the invitation to you and your member organizations to nominate players, teams, coaches, referees, and volunteers that exemplify the values, vision, and mission of SSA. The application deadline is December 15th annually, and we would welcome any application that you might want to make. So next to finally, this is a list of our current staff. So we have 6 staff in Regina and 6 staff in Saskatoon, although I'm technically in Saskatoon at the moment, so that makes 7. But we have a whole host of staff who would be willing to, would be more than willing and open to discussing with you anything that you have to talk about soccer or futsal related, any challenges that you're having, any right ideas that you have that we might be able to incorporate or you might need support to deliver. All of these fine folks are happy to discuss and hear from you, so don't hesitate to reach out. Finally, you can find us on social media at #SaskProud and #SaskSoccer. We have a Twitter, a Facebook, an Instagram, and a YouTube. So like us, tag us, tweet us, tag us in your stuff. We will share your stuff, and we are very happy about the conversation that we've had over the last while and hope to continue that conversation via social media. So please continue sharing. So that brings us to a close. I would be happy to answer any questions you have. So Nicole had a question about directors and officers. Would a member at large be considered an officer? You know, I don't think that necessarily there is a delineation between directors and officers, but yes, I would consider a member at large an executive. So anyone who sits on a board or organizational group, no matter title, would complete that executive registration. If anyone has any other questions, I would be very happy to hear from you.
I got a question.
Sure.
I've never heard of this Four Corners Championship. What is that? That's new to me.
Yes, the Four Corners Championship is a rural competition that we are hosting. Last year, it was held in Swift Current, and it is a smaller sided game than our outdoor. I believe it was 6-a-side last year. And so it's designed more for rural members who might not be able to field a larger team or want a slightly different competition stream. So we had 3 member organizations who participated last year, and in our grand long-term plans, we are thinking that we would like to do like some regional play down to get from all 4 corners of the province to reach the tournaments. But at this moment, we are more than excited to host anyone who wants to attend that. So hopefully we'll be able to do it again. It's an outdoor competition, so hopefully we'll be able to still hold that this year, but I guess we will see.
Okay, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Nicole has a question. I attended the MAP grant webinar that you hosted the other day, and I know this isn't regarding what you laid out tonight, but I was wondering, we will be applying for the MAP grant through SSA, or are we eligible to apply directly to SASPORT for separate grants? So SASPORT does offer a few grants that are separate, but the MAP grant is not one of them. They have 2 Parasport grants, the Parasport Equipment Grant and the Parasport Club Grant. And they also have a High Performance Coach Visitation Grant and a High Performance Referee Visitation Grant, I do believe. So member organizations can apply for those. There are specific segments just for sport clubs to apply to, but the largest segment of funding that you'll probably receive would probably always come from the MAP grant. There are other sport grants out there, such as from the sport districts, the sport culture and recreation districts. And if you have questions about that, Nicole, I can talk with you more specifically about what's available in your area. But mostly SASPORT provides funding to the provincial bodies for us to turn around and redistribute to members. You are welcome. Any other questions, Andrew?
Nope, I don't have any here. Thanks though.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, if no one has any other questions, then I would say thank you so much for attending with me on this Sunday night. And I am available for 3 more weeks by email and or by phone. And of course, Nicole will be available after I depart, before I depart, as well as any one of our other staff would love to speak with you at any time or talk about some of these programs and services that are available and how they can work for you. So thank you so much and have a great night.